on like 10. You ever get that signal, like low battery? Plug in, all right? All right, so we'll bring to the stage our next speaker. His name is Nick Jackson. All right, so Nick is a friend. Give it up for Nick. Everybody loves Nick, yeah? Hollywood Nick. Ask me at lunch and why I call him Hollywood Nick. I'll tell you at lunch. It's Hollywood Nick. But look, Nick has spoken to over 200,000 students since 2008, all of them one by one. So Nick's been a really busy man. He's the national spokesperson for You Give. All right, he graduated from Mount St. Joseph, right around the corner. All right, and Nick is an athlete, was the first African-American coach and teacher in Norwood and Highlands Heights school districts. So again, without further ado, let's show some love to my man, Nick Jackson. Cool picture, Nick.
First thing I need to do, I need everybody to get up. Everybody get up wherever you're standing, wherever you're sitting. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Now, I realize something in this situation right here. All of us today, we need to be able to kind of get to meet each other. We need to be able to get hype a little bit. But everybody here who's excited about not being in school today, get loud right now. Get loud now. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I also want to do something before I get started in my message. I need you guys to give it up for Mr. Anthony Munoz. Give it up for Mr. Anthony Munoz. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And if you're not excited about Anthony Munoz helping you guys get out of school today, if you're not excited about Anthony Munoz making sure all this stuff happens for you, thank him for the Chick-fil-A. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Thank you. All my friends that came from Chick-fil-A, I want to personally thank you right now. You made fried chicken cool for everybody. I love y'all. Keep doing what you're doing. You feel me? Keep doing what you're doing. With that being said, I need everybody on this side of the room, everybody on my left side, I need you guys to repeat after me. You got one letter to say. That letter is I. Let's try it again because not everybody was paying attention. I need everybody to repeat after me. Repeat after me and say this one letter. That letter is I. One more time, I need it louder. I need more of you in this situation. When I point at you, I want you to say that letter I. Nice, nice. Now, everybody on the right side of the room, I need you to repeat after me. You got two letters put together. Your word is am. Hold on, let's try it again. Your word is two letters put together. That is am. All right, now, eyes, I need y'all. I need your help on this one. So one more time, I want you to get loud, louder than you were before. When I point at you, I want you to say your letter. All right, now, ams, when I point at you, you know what I want you to say, right? Now, pause. They got excited. I understand. I get excited myself. Now. We all know that the I's have said the I, and the ams have said the am. But this one is going to go for everyone. So when I point at both sides, I need you to scream out as loud as you can. Awesome. Right? Now, a lot of y'all might already know that you're awesome, so this is going to be easy for you to share, right? But a few of y'all, you're going to need a little bit of convincing. So when I point at the I's, I want you to say I. When I point at the ams, I need you to say am. And when I point at both of y'all, you're going to say? Awesome. That's right. One more time. Thank you. Give it up for yourselves. Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. You are awesome. You are awesome. You are awesome. When I was writing this speech the other day, I was sitting in my house and I got a phone call, and it was one of those serious phone calls. Excuse me, stop talking. When I received this phone call, it really made me think about what we're doing today. My friend Vince Hall, who went to my church, passed away of cancer. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, in remembrance of him, I'm not going to be able to go to your funeral, but on this day, I'm going to be able to see thousands of young people. And if I can let these thousands of young people know anything, if I can let these individuals know anything, what would that be? What would represent my buddy Vince? And the one thing that he believed is that we are awesome. And because we are awesome, we are asked to do awesome things. See, I don't ask people who aren't awesome to do something awesome. So when we talk about changing the world, changing our communities, it's because we believe that you are awesome. That's why we ask you to do these things. If we did not, it's because we don't believe that you're awesome. So today, when Anthony Munoz purchased this room, got us all together with these beautiful shirts on, Chick-fil-A donates all those good fried chicken sandwiches, and everybody comes together. It's because you are awesome that we come here. It's Epithio, they're big time. They came here, they could have been doing something else. They come here because they believe in you. We know for a fact that we will be seeing you soon doing amazing things. Pretty soon we're going to be has-beens and we're going to need you more than ever. We rely on your awesomeness to keep that flag going. So I thank you all for being awesome. Clap it up for that. Clap it up. So this speech today and the rest of my speeches that I'm going to be giving this year are going to be about being awesome, being worthy of all. Please flip to the next slide, please. In this, I talked to my older brother who has this beautiful little baby girl, little baby Reagan. And I was telling him about Vince and how Vince is passed and how I'm not going to be able to go to the funeral and how I have prior engagements and other things are going on. And I talked to my brother about, when we were little kids, when we were little kids, we had no idea about our awesomeness. Look at how beautiful she is. And everything she does, people ooh and ah. I was hanging out at their house the other day, and baby Reagan straight pooped on my dad. Yeah, that cute little monster. Yeah, all up on his chest. It was nasty. And we sat there and we said, ooh, oh, she's so cute, right? Believe me, if one of y'all were to poop on me, right, it would be a fight. But if baby Reagan does it, it's different. And I was talking to my brother about how we don't even understand what has to happen for a baby as beautiful as that to come to life. First of all, our mother and father had to come together, right? And then after that, for 9 months, we are set apart. We are incubated in our mother's bellies. We are untouchable to the rest of the world, and everything she consumes, we consume. We spend our time one-on-one with our parent. And then on one day, 9 months later, a miraculous thing happens and we are birthed into this world. Through pain, through all these other things, we come into this world and we are a miracle. And when I was talking to my older brother about this, I was asking him, in what day, when did we forget about that? When did we forget about being these beautiful miracles that came into this world? Even though some of us were surprises to our parents, we were still a miracle. We were so cute, so beautiful, so untouched by everything. People used to clean our diapers, bathe us. And they went ooh and ah over the smallest things that we did. And I told my brother, I was like, if I can let everyone in this crowd know anything, and that's you started off awesome, and you still are. In this speech today, I'm going to give you 4 legs to stand on. In this speech today, we're going to talk about your awesomeness and the importance of you being in your community, you being in your family, and you being here right now. At the end of this, we're going to give you an opportunity to show your awesomeness. These right here are the 4 legs that I stand on. And if I was giving this speech to baby Reagan when she's 15, 16, 17, 18, I hope I could tell her the same thing. I really hope we're recording this so I can show it to her one day when she's in junior high school and high school. In life, if you stand on these 4 things, believe, forgive, leave a legacy, and serve, if you can stand on these 4 things, you're going to be okay. You're going to be past okay. You're going to have the opportunity to be. First slide. believe. 5 years ago, I got called up by this guy named Chris Collinsworth. I was doing a baccalaureate service at a high school called Highlands High School that I coached at, and he asked me to come to the Anthony Munoz Foundation seminar and talk to kids about the importance of doing community service. And I was really, really nervous because I don't know about y'all, but I'm broke. He ain't, right? Let me say it again. I don't know if y'all felt me on that. So I'm broke. Don't let the pleather jacket fool you. I'm broke, right? He ain't. And so for him to ask me to come to something like this and speak to hundreds of kids about something that I believe in so much, I was nervous. And so when I came here, I remember I was sitting next to this lady named Deanna Castellini. She's to my right. Anthony Munoz was on stage. Chris Collinsworth was on my left. And they were all talking to me about the importance of this moment. They're starting a company, and in this moment, we're putting you in position to share this with all of these students, and we need them to know how much we need them to be awesome in their communities, and we're trusting you. I remember when they called my name, I about peed my pants. And I walked up on stage, and I saw your faces, and this job was the easiest job I ever had in my life. Past being asked by Chris Collinsworth, I believe in something bigger than me. Since I believe in something bigger than me, in these situations where I feel pressed, in these situations when I get nervous, I have something to lean on. I'm not saying that you have to believe in whatever I believe in. That's not necessarily the case. But what I'm telling you is, if you can be awesome, if you were to be awesome, the most important thing for you to do is to believe in something bigger than yourself. Therefore, you have something to lean back on. Because I believe in something, I can talk about great things in front of people I don't even know. Because I believe in something, people can trust me to do what they've asked me to do. I've done the past work, and I believe that we're going to be doing future work. Because I believe in something, I can also trust you. Do you understand that? Someone has believed in me, now we pass the torch on to you. And I absolutely am honored to say, for the past 5 years, I've watched students from this conference do amazing things in their communities. And it's been beautiful. It's been amazing. Matter of fact, before I get started, I saw a friend of mine. Could you get loud here if you're from Seton High School? Is Seton High School in the house? Right. There's this lady there named Sister Sandy, and she's the coolest nun I've ever seen in my life, right? And just her smile, her presence, knowing that she's here today is something that's special. Is North College Hill here? North College Hill. So Miss Ann Brinkley is the principal of this school, North College Hill. And I've seen them do outstanding things in their community. There's other schools that are here. Is Indian Hill here? Is the Braves in the house? I've seen Indian Hill do outstanding things. How about Taft? Is Taft High School here? I've seen Taft High School do some amazing, awesome things. And these are just a couple schools that are coming to the top of my mind. And I know for a fact, because I believed in something, I was able to share at those schools some things that I believe. And I've watched them do amazing things. Next slide. Now, this is something that I need just all to pay attention to. If you are able to forgive, you can continue. But if you're holding any anger within yourself for anything, it will hold you back. I was at the park the other day. Me and my friend were playing around. He has a young kid, and we were throwing a football. And I remember looking at the playground. On the playground, they had a bunch of little kids. And y'all know, little kids are bad. I don't care who you belong to, you were bad at one day too, right? And I looked over and I saw one kid actually pushed another kid down the slide. And the kid kind of tumbled and fell and came down to the bottom. And this kid, I don't know if you guys have seen kids get hurt, but it's kind of funny. So here I am, I'm chilling with my dude, we're just throwing the football around, we're sitting down talking, whatever, we see this boom, 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 right? And we're like, ooh. I'm not gonna laugh in his face, but it's fun. And the little kid, he hit the ground and he stops. And he looks around like, oh crap, that really hurt. And then all of a sudden, he bellows out in the loudest scream, and we felt so bad for this kid. Because we've all had these things that have happened. We've been going around about our day and something bad happened. And we had to stop and think about, like, what is this? This hurts. And I watched this little guy belt and run as fast as he can, crying and screaming to his mother. And she hugged him and cleaned his tears off and sent him back on the playground. And I thought to myself, this little guy, he got it. Just think how strong we would be if we were able to forgive our neighbors. Just think how strong we would be if we were able to forgive ourselves. Just think how strong we could possibly be if we could ever forgive that person that has dissed us and we are frustrated about it. Just think about the people we could possibly be if we didn't stay in that crying state. That angry, crying, mad state. I remember in 1990, whatever, I ain't gonna tell you how old I am, it's a year. We played football at the school called Norwood High School. Norwood. Now, when I was playing, Norwood was not known to be very kind to African Americans. There was a sign next to the visitors' entrance into the stadium that literally had a very bad word on it that I don't like to say. And when we came down on the field, we played the game, and after the game was over, we got back on the bus. And I remember people throwing things at our bus and yelling awful things at our team. And as we were leaving Shea Stadium, I remember saying to my friend, one day I'm gonna come back here. I promise you, one day I'm gonna come back here. And he was like, yeah, you wanna fight? I was like, no, dog, no, I'm not. I mean, a little bit, but come on, right? But one day we're gonna come back here and it's gonna be a different place. And I'm honored to tell you that I was the first black coach at Norwood High School. And I'm honored to tell you we were good. And it was an honor to play with them, and lives changed in that situation because we were able to forgive and move forward because we believe in something greater. Next slide. Now, the next slide is something personal to me. That's my beautiful chocolatey family. Look at us. I just love the Jacksons. We're so cute. Look at us. So, if I'm speaking to you like I'm speaking to baby Reagan, one of the most important things that you will never even understand until you leave your family is that you are blessed with family. Although they may get on your nerves, although they may wear your clothes. Boy, my little brother used to wear my clothes and drive me crazy. I had to forgive him right now. But anyways, in this situation, you have an opportunity to leave a legacy in your community. Every time you walk out of your house, and a lot of us are athletes in this room, before you play football and have your city's name on your chest, before you go out into your community and represent for your school, you come from somebody. You come from somewhere. And the things you say and the things you do, people remember. I'll never forget being at Kroger's and people remembering my stats from the Friday before on a football game that I played at the stadium. I'll never forget the opportunity that I had to go to Pee Wee practice and see kids that wanted to wear my number. And I also never forget when I went into a classroom and I was talking to the kids because I was a high school varsity player. Things were going well for me and my team. And I remember talking to these kids, and the kids that were acting up, they told me they wanted to be just like me. How much it hurt to look in that class and see my little brother was in that class doing the same things that I used to do in class. And I thought to myself, I wish I would have knew then what I know now, that these little guys look up to us, and that being in high school means I'm the top of the food chain. After my 12th grade year, I will leave town. Therefore, this is it for me here. How are they going to remember you? When you go speak to young kids, what will they be saying about you? When you look to your younger brothers and sisters and they look up to you, what are you saying to them? It literally broke my heart because I never thought about them when I was acting out. It was just something that didn't come to me. I didn't think about my family. It was about me. And since it was all about me in that situation, since I was about myself, I actually did not care. Until a situation came about and it was in my face. I changed my behavior that day, not because of anything other than the fact that I realized that we're leaving a legacy here with the things that we do, with the way that we live, and furthermore, the way we behave. So if I was talking to baby Reagan, and I'm talking to you guys like I'm baby Reagan, I want to let you know, live your life to the fullest. Enjoy it. Take every opportunity that you get. Hold on to it and respect it. Play every game like it's your absolute last. Listen to your coaches. Be a great student. Enjoy life. But no, this is not about you. It's about all the people who will be coming after you. A lot of you think that your grades are all about you, but they're not. Your grades will directly affect the amount of food that your children will eat in the future. It will directly affect where you will be going to school, and it will directly affect your opportunities. So take these opportunities, every single one. Each day you step into class, it's another opportunity to run this thing all the way to the end zone. And you have to see it like that because you're leaving a legacy. Just enough isn't just enough anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying? Get loud. Do you understand what I'm saying? Lastly, show that last slide. If you do anything, if you get anything out of this speech, this is the most important one, and that's serve. In this picture right here, I'm in New Orleans, Louisiana. Lower 7th Ward, New Orleans, Louisiana. All of these kids have been displaced. Most of them, their houses had toxic flood water in it, and they were no longer allowed to come back into their homes. So they were staying in different places. This right here is a basketball gym that I was speaking to a group of kids in. While I was there, I met this little guy. I'll never forget this little guy. He was about that tall, and he was bad. This little dude was bad. He was a little thuglet, I'd like to call him. He was bad. And I remember my interaction with him was really short. So I remember talking to him because he had just gotten in trouble, got into a fight, and he's going to be kicked out. He doesn't necessarily know where he's going, and he doesn't necessarily know what's going to happen, but he told me, he's like, I get kicked out of everywhere. That's my life. So I don't have a problem with this. And so I took him to the other room, and I talked to him about what's your goals and dreams and ambitions in life? What are you here to do? And he told me, he was like, nothing, hanging out. And I was like, well, what are you good at? And he told me he's good at doing backflips. He's been doing gymnastics in the hood all his life. And he did a backflip. I wish I would have brought that picture for you. He did a backflip for me, and we took a picture of him upside down doing a backflip. And I remember showing him this picture, and I said, this is who you are. You're not kick-out kid. This is who you are. You got to be strong to be able to do this. You got to have balance. You have to have all of this. This is who you are. When you look in the mirror, don't see failure, see this. And I remember giving him this picture. And I remember his face when he got that picture. And I thought to myself, I could have been spending this time doing other things. I could have been on vacation. I could have been somewhere else. But if we could just reach this one guy, things could change. I came back that next year, and he had his family with him. And he was doing well in school. And his father and mother said, I need to meet this guy. Who spoke to my kid? Who is this? And so I'm down in this gym, same gym. They come and they find me, and we got together, and we just talked. And they said, thank you so much for spending time with my child. We couldn't have afforded to do this on our own. We didn't know where we were going to be staying. Therefore, we had no place to rest our head. We were looking for shelter, and you gave us something we had never asked for. And I'm telling you right now, Because you're awesome, this is something you should expect when you go out to do community service. Not the thank you, but you should expect the fact that things change because you're there. And a lot of times we get stuck on ourselves and what's going on with us and all these other things. But what you don't understand is when the day is done, we've all had someone in our life at some point do something nice for us for free. We've had a mentor, a coach, a tutor, a friend's parent that has been there for us in some way, shape, or form. Matter of fact, raise your hand if you've had somebody do something awesome for you in your life. Raise your hand, keep them high. Now for all of you with your hands raised, it is now your turn. It is now your turn. You can put your hands down. Y'all was thinking I was KJ52 on that, right? Anyways, it's your turn to do something awesome because someone has done something awesome for you. So now in closing, there's one more thing I would like us to do. This side, I want you to change your I to we. This side over here, you continue your words. What's your word? Oh, I'm sorry. It's going to be R. I apologize. English teachers, I'm sorry. I apologize. We am, that is ghetto. I'm very sorry. I'm sorry. I did teach in Norwood. I'm sorry. All right. So over here, you're going to say what? And over here, you're going to say? Thank you. One more time. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Every one of you. Thank you so much. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is something that's really, really special. And we've been doing this for the last 5 years. I want to continue to do this. It's awesome. Somebody left a water bottle on the stage trying to trip a brother. Did y'all see that? Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to split you guys up into groups, and we're going to give you the opportunity to show your awesomeness. We're going to give you the opportunity to represent your legacy in your family. We're going to give you an opportunity to go out and do community service, and you're going to get to choose whatever you want to do in whatever capacity you want to do it. I want you all to know that one of the worst things that ever happened in education is we stopped asking kids what you want. See, because if we really listen to you, not the little shady stuff that you're going to say in the beginning, but if we really listen to you, you guys want the opportunity to be heard. The special thing at this leadership conference over the one in Columbus that I just did last week, the special thing about this one is that we give you an opportunity to actually lead. As your teachers, as your guidance counselors, we will listen to you, and you have the opportunity to do what you feel called to do. In school and the rest of your life, you very rarely get this opportunity, and then one day we expect you to be able to lead. So here, today, you're gonna get that opportunity. And Anthony Munoz and the Munoz Foundation, they provide an opportunity to let you shine. And I expect you to do so. With that being said, there's gonna be some prizes. Let me say it again, there's gonna be some prizes. I feel like Oprah, there's gonna be some prizes. For the best groups. I'm pretty sure, I think they came out of Bracken County. Is Bracken County here today? Please watch this video.
There are over 500,000 deaths and injuries due to distracted driving each year. Distracted driving is the #1 killer among teens. We had a close friend of ours who was tragically killed in a car accident, but he was not texting or driving. So we decided to put together a project that was about distracted driving, which is where It Can Wait came from. Every student in our school participated in the assembly the actual day of with the simulators and listening to emotional testimonies from actual victims and their family members.
I figured that this idea of getting kids involved every day of the week and all coming together dressed up and for the one purpose, which was not text and drive, and to have that all week was a good way to get kids ready for the assembly, which we had the Friday of that week. And it really got them excited about it and kind of thinking about no text and drive all week and it can wait.
You know, if we just saved one life, all of our efforts would be worthwhile. It doesn't matter where you're from or what your school normally does. If you have a great idea and a few friends to help you, that you can do it no matter what. As long as you set your mind to it and you work hard, you can accomplish it. You sit down with your teachers and fellow students, whoever will be helping you, and discuss all opportunities and ideas that you might have.
Make a project big and include as many people as possible. Get plugged in.
To your school, to your community,
To your family.
to your friends.
One more time, can we give it up for Brecken County High School? Great job, great job. Now the next thing I want to do, I want to make sure you guys know that if you got any questions for me, I'm going to be on this panel up here, up on the stage. Text Nick, that's my first name, Nick. Don't see me on the street, be like, what up, Nick? No, we ain't friends. But if you want to text me, text Nick at 90808. Let me say it again. Text any question that you'd like to ask me that's appropriate at 90808, and I am excited to answer your questions about community service, about leaving a legacy, about believing, and about being the best you could possibly be, and that's awesome. Now, are we ready to break out and show how plugged in we are? Are we ready to break out and show how plugged in we are? All right, let me give you the directions for the breakout. Now, every school is going to be able to break out the different sections of this gym. I'm going to try my best to circumvent and get around to see all of you guys. You're going to come up with the ideas that you have that have been on your heart to change things in the community in which you live. Here's your directions. Each school, whoa, we just switched the screen. Whoa, here we go. All right, each school will be able to break off and go to different sections. You're going to be able to discuss how you're going to be able to be plugged in. Oh, that's why you switched. Go ahead. Sorry. And then Anthony Munoz will select one winning service challenge from today's groups. We're looking for the service challenge that has the greatest impact on your school or community. The team with the winning service challenge will win $2,000. Hold on, $2,000? Did y'all? Hold on, can I be in this challenge? For real, I need this pleather, y'all. Anyways, the winning team will win $2,000 for their school and a lunch from Chick-fil-A. Y'all, give it up for that right there. Thank you, Chick-fil-A, thank you. And there's more. Plus, not only are you gonna get money, goodness, not only are you gonna get $2,000 and fried chicken, also, team members will be able to join Anthony Munoz on the very first ride on Kings Island's, I can't even say it, on the very first ride of Kings Island's newest roller coaster on opening day called the Banshee. That even sounds scary. I don't know if I'm ready to win that one. My Chick-fil-A might come up. Can we see the video? Now I got to tell you, every team, every group that goes ahead and serves in any way, shape, or form, you are already winners. But wouldn't it be awesome to ride that? Right? Wouldn't that be awesome to ride that? Give it up for them. Give it up for the Anthony Munoz Foundation for setting this up for us. Now's our chance. So here's the big part. Now I hope you're all ready. Please pay attention while I give you these directions. Now you are going to break off into your individual groups. Find the section and row on the tickets you received when you arrived, when you came in here, right? Now, for sections 200 and 216, let me say it again. For sections 200 and 216, 200 to 216, you're allowed to get up and go to the sections that you found on your ticket. You're allowed to go.